bromigos and brofist, welcome to another Umren, and do sit back, grab some popcorns, light some candles and enjoy. Since recently we've cleared and almost one-shotted all the bosses except Cenarius and Xavius on normal difficulty, with the guild and some pug, I've decided to make a quick rundown and kinda overview of the raid and what's my opinion on it. On start, I would say that raid made really good impression on me, and I'm quite satisfied with how all the fights look like, but we'll see on the following couple minutes every fight one by one, and you know, like brief introduction to the bosses on normal difficulty. Unfortunately, we couldn't clear the heroic version except for the first boss because our guild roster is currently not yet full, and because it's, you know, like those common problems we face when we need to find like random players. You know, they leave after 1-2 vibes, demotivating other people, waiting for summons after that, etc, etc. I've decided to stop our heroic progression until our core guild progression group is being filled out. So, as for those who feel like they're dedicated enough for heroic, mythic progression, chase kills records, being part of an amazing friendly environment that help each other, of course being led by me, you will find the link on description where you can apply and be part of the bro squad. How my leading looks like, you're gonna be able to see in the following couple videos that I plan of making, where I make like a short summary of my strategy for every boss, how do I feel, how I feel it's best to execute the strategy, together with the full version of the fight and voice chat and everything. If you feel like you would like to see that, just let me know down in the comments. Now without further ado, let's jump into the fights. First boss in this raid is Nythendra. Pretty easy fight on normal, two-phase fight, looks quite amazing to face when you first enter the dungeon. First phase is actually not that hard, I mean we one-shotted that after I explained the strategy to the people. Basically just DPS the boss, I don't know, just get out when you get the debuff and then DPS again. Second phase is also when the boss sleeps, same rule, get out of debuff, stay away from insects and DPS a bit more. Don't stay in front, don't stay behind, run away from breath, and next point is where the boss dies, and that's pretty much, you know, all the fight. The order of the next bosses are dependable on you, whether you're gonna kill the bear, Ursoc, 4 drakes, spy bird, the guy lady, I don't know, it's just a spider and a bird in the same time, it looks like guy and lady in the same time too, it's kinda weird, I mean like, what the fuck, and of course the 4th boss you can choose from is the Eye, or Il'gynoth. We've decided to go first for the teddy bear, and this is how it goes. One phase fight, quite similar to the butcher, DPS race and it kinda gear check, so split the raid in 2 groups. When gaze happens, gaze guy get behind, one group stays and soak, other group runs away from the boss, basically on the sidestep. Then the same stuff, gaze guy behind, the group that soaked before runs out, other groups stay. Tanks are taunting, so no tank gets two of the same debuffs pretty much. DPS, 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 and teddy bear dead. That's pretty much, you know, it's pretty simple, right? Well, maybe it looks simple, but even though I've met similar fights before, we wiped once on this, and it was fun as hell for me, so I don't know about you. As third fight for us, I've chosen the Eye, or Il'gynoth. The fight, I can see it's something that it's not that common, at least for me, and it brings some refreshing strategy and mechanics. That is why we needed to fight like one time to overcome the strategy. Basically, the Eye is protecting the tree's heart, but the Eye cannot be damaged normally, only with the blobs that are following the players around. So basically this is how the fight goes. You kill one type of ad, which are the tentacles, then you kill the blobs next to the Eye, they explode and damage the Eye, that's the only way how you can actually damage it. Then there is a bigger and scarier ad that comes up, you need to kill him too as fast as you can. Then there are smaller ads which are tentacles too, then you kill them, another tentacles, and you need to kill and interrupt in the same time. I mean, you need to interrupt them all the time, but you know, you just kill them in the following order. Then you need to get the blobs again to die and kill them to die. The Eye dies, and this is where the fun part begins actually, where you can go in, pop everything and DPS hard as much as you can. People with circles stay away, like basically go to the wall of that inner room or something, and go out before the cast is over, or else you die. The cast, I mean, you know, that reconstruction or something cast, that the heart is basically casting. Then the Eye comes back again, and you repeat all the same again, and you will kill the boss pretty much, and that's the whole fight. It was extremely fun for me to kill and overcome the strategy for this boss, and I really liked it. So the next we've chose Merlin and the Drakes. The 4 Drakes fight is based on debuffs and raids, and similar to the teddy bear, split the raid into half. One half handle one Drake, other half handle another Drake. Tanks are switching the Drakes, they're tanking every 6 or 7 or 8 debuffs. by taunting them and bring them back to you, basically. So you don't move, the tanks are moving. And the fun goes on. Just a little tip that confuses most of the tanks, actually. The tanks are not switching places. Same tank returns to the same position. They're just switching the drakes and get to the same spot, pretty much, you know. So they're just taunting the other drake and getting back. Kill the ads, someone stay in the flower, DPS, DPS, and boom, they're dead. That's pretty much the whole fight. This fight was quite interesting as well, although it is very simple, at least in normal. I had fun killing them. We died once here too, of course, you know, we wiped until we get the strategy together, so yeah. The last boss out of this 4 optional order of bosses, let's call them, is the spider bird guy, girl, something, creature that we're gonna fight. And this is how the fight goes, actually, and this is one of the most interesting fight out of all these 5 bosses. The next bosses are some next level shit, but this is just one of the most interesting that I've came across the first 5 bosses, basically. So the fight is really interesting, you know. First you face her as a spider. She gonna mark some people with venom, you know, they need to run away with the circles from the raid. Then they need to poop all that green shit around, away from the raid as well. Then you stack up together, she jumps up in the air, you run away, get healed, and then she gonna go do the same stuff, mark some people. Oh, there will be like ads spawning, of course, you need to kill them away from the raid, because they also transform into, guess what, some green shit. So basically, then she's just gonna do that jump, run, heal, and then it goes bird, you know. Bird makes some tornadoes, run away with the tornadoes, clear up some green stuff, put the tornadoes away from the green shit as well, because it will start throwing up those the green stuff around the raid. And after that, just stay away from in front of her, don't stay ever in front of her. Then she's just gonna fly off the platform and go to the next platform. You know, need to pick up some feathers, step some spiders, and it repeats the same stuff. And then she's just gonna jump on the 3rd platform, chase her again. There is some berserk time, of course. It's complicated, you know, it's enough complicated, right? It's a spider girl and it's like lots of phases, platforms. Why not put some berserk as well? But it's extremely fun, guys. Jokes aside, it's really enjoyable fight. As long as you keep up to the strategy, this will be really interesting experience for you as well. We've wiped on this boss twice to understand the strategy. It was kinda more, you know, complicated, spiced up with lots of things, and that's why probably that happened. But it was overall extremely satisfying experience for me, actually. Where we died the most, I think, is the following fight. It's Cenarius, the Lord of the Forest. By far, this is the most complicated fight in this raid. In my opinion, it's hilariously fun or frustrating if you have no idea what you're doing. So basically, it offers some level of ad management. I mean, it's some next level, actually, ad management, if you want to kill it. And lots of buffs, debuffs, running out, running in, stop DPS, go DPS, and lots of other stuff that revolves around perfectly executing everything and having enough DPS to be able to kill it. So, basically on the start, you're DPS the boss, right? Then you kill one type of ads, one type of ads are spawning, you need to cleanse some, kill the others, then guess what? DPS the boss again. Then cleanse and kill some ads. All of them have different mechanics, benefits, dangers that I can cover in a separate video if you request that in the comments. And then the boss comes to 35%, and here it's where the rule kill or be killed comes. It's a basically DPS race, get him down as soon as possible, or else you'll die out of all the damage around, debuffs, AoE, and blah. So basically just kill it as fast as you can in that phase. I can tell you that I haven't had as much fun killing a boss probably since Lich King back in the days, and it was kind of weird comparing these two, because, I mean, it's kind of different fight, but honestly, my favorite boss strategy of them all, it's a Lich King for me, and, you know, I had a blast killing of this, you know, deer tower, whatever. It's not Ken Tower for sure, because it's half deer, so it's probably like deer tower, is it? The next and the last is the ugliest of them all, the notorious Xavius, Lord of Nightmares. Even though he's ugly as fuck, he offers quite some mechanics and lots of different things to do while these fights occurs, basically. At the start, half raid dreams, half raid is not dreaming. Dreamer has extra life to fondle with, others are not, of course. So DPS the boss is only thing to do while until you're waiting for the first ugly guy to shows up. Then you kill it, and you kill it fast. Then DPS the boss a little bit more. Then you and some of your fellas might get marked, and you need to make a line that hits that hits you both by like scary blade, just without killing the rest of the raid. So try to do that pretty much. Then you resume where you left off. on 65%, phase 2 is coming. Pretty simple one actually, stack on Meteor, kill the little lads, soak the pools if you're a dreamer, and same stuff all over again until he gets to 35%. Of course, there is a corruption bar as always with Xavius, and if you don't see it, or be careful about, you get mind controlled and wipe the raid probably on Mythic or Heroic. On normal difficulty, just CC the guy that gets mind controlled, kill it, and don't rest him because he'll get MC'd again because he revived with 100% corruption again. So, on 35% as I mentioned, the phase 3 is coming. Every living creature of the nightmare and beyond comes to eat your brain, so just DPS the boss as fast as you can. Ignore the eggs, except for the little ones actually that are damaging, and you know, when they reach the boss basically they do some AoE damage. And go berserk on your keyboard until he dies. When he dies, you'll get teleported to the most beautiful place in the World of Warcraft in my opinion, that is full of trees, butterflies, water, all those bosses but cleansed, and lots of green stuff around you, so that means you succeeded and you're free to go drink until the next reset comes. Well, that's pretty much summarized the whole raid, guys, and as I said on the start, if you want me to make like 3 to 5 minutes videos on each fight, giving you my strategy for killing them, very briefly, and include some voice chat fight of the end of it when we actually get them down for the first time, make sure to tell me down in the comments below and I'll start making them in the following days. Check out the guild application description as well, don't forget to stay cool, be good fellows, and listen to your parents, guys. Until the next time, make sure to bro-scribe, keep in mind that I love you much, no homo, I've been Umren, forever your bro, and see you in the next one. Umren off.
You